What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the GameFreak. Today, I just wanted to do a huge thank you for helping me hit another milestone, and that is 1,000 subscribers. It's something that I never imagined I would even come close to getting. Now, I know I've said this in other milestone videos that I've hit, like 600, 700. When I started this channel, I originally just started this, and this might be an old story to some of you, but originally I started this channel as just a tutorial page, and that was only for one game, and that was for Red Dead Redemption 2. And it was my oldest boy who actually talked me into it. Because he kept saying, "Man, you should start a YouTube channel." Well, I was like, "Man, I can't. I'm not like you and my other son. I can't sit and watch people play video games, man. That's just not for me." That's the reason I don't even do that really on this channel. I don't sit and play games. If that's your thing, cool, man. I'm not like downing anyone for it. Um, but that it's just not for me. I can't sit and watch people play for hours or whatever. So he said, "No, no, you don't have to do that. You should do a tutorial on Red Dead 2." And at that time, what was that? 2018 is when Red Dead 2 came out. But I didn't start this channel until, well, it's been a year and 9 months. So it was let's see, November of 2022 is what it was. So I was like, okay, I might be able to do something like that and just do a tutorial just to see what happens. And surprisingly, man, it started getting some traction. And then I started watching like other YouTubers, and I was like, oh, these unboxing videos are kind of cool. So I ordered evercade, and I started doing stuff like that. And I was like, man, this is actually pretty fun, and a really cool community started building up on this channel. So I was like, I can't stop now, man. I'm invested now. So it's just a lot of fun. Thankfully, I stuck with it because I was just gonna do that tutorial and be done. But I've met way too many like cool ass people on this page, so the other thing I wanted to do on top of these thank yous is a couple weeks ago I asked if you guys had any questions for me to send them in the community section of the page or on my Facebook Game Freak page. I got quite a few of them in the private messages, so it's cool. I think I have like 9 or 10 questions total, and I figured I'd answer them along with saying thank you to everyone. Again, I can't believe that 1,000. It's just insane to me because I honestly didn't think that I would even hit 100. 100 subscribers, I would have been like, "Holy shit, man! I hit 100." And now it's 1,000. This is just crazy, and I don't know, man. I can't thank you guys enough. It's fucking awesome. I love it. Love you guys for supporting me, and I really do greatly appreciate it. Even if sometimes I sound a little bit grumpy on some of my like reviews and stuff, but I'm not being grumpy. I'm just being honest, and that's what I always said from the start of this channel is, after the whole tutorial thing, and I was like, okay, and I'm going to start doing some reviews. I always said I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If something sucks, I'm going to say it. That does not mean that I think that you suck if you happen to like a game that I think sucks. It's just the way it is, man. It's everyone likes their own things, everyone has their own preferences, and that's cool, man. That's what's great about gaming, and that's what's really cool about this community is because we all have different tastes. But I noticed in the comment sections that no one's ripping on anybody, and that's what it's all about, man. Everyone just getting along and you know facing the facts that we do all have different preferences, and that's awesome, man. That's why I absolutely love this community, and that is what keeps me going on this. You guys are fucking awesome. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. So with that being said, let's get to these questions. I always like answering these questions. This isn't about me. This is about, questions that you guys have asked, and I was saying, or I did say, you can ask me anything. I don't. It doesn't have to be about gaming. It can be about anything. I'm an open book, man. I'll let you know. I'll answer anything you ask. So let's start out. I was really surprised with this one. Someone actually asked me, and I've only brought this up like one or two times that I used to play hockey, but someone asked, how long did you play hockey? Well, um, hockey was off and on for me. I really started getting into it. I mean, I used to watch it as a kid in the 80s and stuff, but I really started getting into it in like the mid 90s. And I was like, man, I really want to play. But there was, like, where I lived, there was no like hockey leagues around me. And then I found one probably about an hour or two away from me. It was a men's league. And I got into that, and that really helped me progress. Just pretty much getting knocked down all the time. I had to learn from scratch. And then I just worked my ass off one summer, and I was like, man, you know what? There's a pro team in Toledo that's not far from me. That team isn't there anymore. It was called the Toledo Storm. And I was like, I'm going to try out for these guys. And I did try out for them, and I came within like the top three of making it. But I also came home with a sealed up eye and four teeth knocked out because there was a guy that, I won a bunch of fights, but then, you always find somebody that can hit harder than you. And this guy, he hit hard. He hit me one time in the eye and sealed it shut. One time in the mouth, or the cheek, I should say, he knocked two of my teeth out and chipped two more teeth, and that was a hard hit. He didn't knock me on my ass, but he got me, and he was like, "You done?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." That asshole patted me on the ass, said, "Good fight." And whatever, man. We would have been teammates too, but you got to do what you got to do. And I did try out one more time because Toledo ended up getting a new team, which is still there today, the Toledo Walleye. And I tried out in 2010, and I was the old man. I was 2010. I would have been 33 years old. Everyone else there was, 20, 23. So I came really close to making that team too. But the better people that made the team, they deserved it. So yeah, I kind of hung up the skates after that. I was like, man, I'm getting too old for this. My knees are hurting, and yeah. So that was the end of my hockey. But I did play off and on in men's league in between there and my band and stuff. So yeah, thanks for that question, man. Hockey was a big part of my life. I loved it. Lots of fun. Another question I got. Uh, which punk bands really hooked you and got you into the scene? Yeah, so if you didn't know, I was in a punk band for a long time. We had a record deal together for quite a while, played a lot of shows. So the punk bands that really hooked me and got me into the scene, I would definitely have to say I was a big Ramones fan, still am a big Ramones fan. Social Distortion was another one. Absolutely love them. I was a big Sex Pistols fan until Johnny Rotten kind of sold out. So I don't really listen to them anymore. And Rancid, Dropkick Murphys, bands like that, they really pulled me in. Absolutely love those bands. Still listen to all those guys. Besides the Sex Pistols, man, I don't really listen to them anymore. So yeah, punk rock is my thing. So another question I got was, which gaming YouTube videos do you like to watch? And same question, but non-gaming. The YouTube videos that I like to watch are, um, I like watching gaming reviews, especially on newer games. I like to see like the overview, what other people think of the game before I purchase anything. I kind of want to see what everyone else thinks of it. I mean, granted, I might like a lot of stuff that a lot of these reviewers hate, but seeing that gameplay and them reviewing it, I don't know, it helps me make my decision. And I do like tutorials. If I'm playing a game and I'm stuck on something, I really like looking up, how the hell do I get past this part? Where do I go for this? And so videos like that, I really like them a lot. And the other part of the question is same question, but non gaming. Now, this might be funny to some of you, but I am a big fan of cryptozoology. All these like mythical creatures like Bigfoot and Loch Ness monster and stuff. I'm not saying I believe in any of them. They just fascinate me. So I like to watch videos on them. Um, and I would love to go like to the Pacific Northwest and do some squatching. I think that would be absolutely awesome. I think the my biggest fear would be mountain lions up there. Really don't want to be attacked by any of them, but I think it would be awesome. I'd definitely bring a firearm, I'll tell you that. So those are the non-gaming videos that I watch. All right, so another one I got was, it says, like me, I'm guessing you have a very understanding wife to put up with all this gaming shenanigans. Do you ever get to play couch co-op games together? And if yes, what's your favorites? P.S. My better half has absolutely no interest in video games, but to be fair, she didn't complain when I took over our spare bedroom with all my gaming stuff. So, couch co-ops. No, me and her really don't do co-op games. Once in a while, I think she has I think Monopoly or something like that on the Switch, and we'll play that on the TV once in a while. But me and her are completely opposite when it comes to games. No, I shouldn't say completely opposite. She likes one style of game. She's a big like Super Mario fan, so she plays like all the Super Mario games. She plays the Donkey Kong games and stuff, but she's not into like stuff that I play on the evercade. She does not play things like Red Dead Redemption 2, but she does enjoy watching me play Red Dead Redemption 2, and she likes watching me play like the Uncharted games. So she's she enjoys doing that. She just doesn't play them. She's more into that Mario stuff. So that's just her. I mean, she I think has the Switch and that's it. That's the only thing that she plays. So the another question I got was just curious. Have you tried VR gaming? If so, what do you think about it? It's game changing to me, but I don't use it a whole lot. Um, I have tried VR before, and it's definitely not for me because I'm sure a lot of people have heard me say in previous videos, I don't like first person shooters. I can't play first person. Like, I think a lot of them look cool, but I get an instant migraine playing those games. So I just can't do it. So VR is like off the table for me. As cool as like the concept is behind it, I just can't do it, man. Something about it. It's instant headache. It's almost just as fast as a first person shooter. It's just a migraine, and migraines fucking suck, man. No fun at all. So, next question. Of all the animals you and your wife have rescued, rehabbed, and released, what has been your favorite? It's kind of hard for me to say which animal that we've helped is a favorite because I'm a huge animal lover. Originally, that's what I wanted to do after high school was I wanted to be a zoologist slash animal biologist. So it's like a privilege to me when we get to help these animals out. So I mean, I don't like to say a favorite, but the ones that stick out the most to me are definitely raccoons. And I think that's just because of how intelligent they are. And man, they just have a personality. The more they get to know you, it's just crazy. They can kind of get attached to you, and sometimes when they get attached to you, it sucks when you let them go. But we were fortunate. I know two of them anyway. Um, they stayed around even after we released them into our woods and stuff. They stayed around for uh, I'd say probably 2 years, and they were as nice as could be. I mean, they'd still let us pet them, and they'd eat out of our hand and stuff, but they had a healthy fear of other humans. Like if we had company over, yeah, they wouldn't come near us. So that's a good thing. You know, you don't want them to not be fearful of humans. They got to have that healthy fear. So raccoons would definitely be up there. They're just awesome animals and very misunderstood. In fact, I've been bitten by quite a few raccoons. Never got rabies, so I mean you can get rabies from them. But when it comes to raccoons or any other rabies vector species, that animal has to be uh, rabies positive in order to get it. I mean, it has to. But you know, when you're rescuing these babies, they haven't been out in the wild, so they're pretty clean. The thing you have to watch out for with raccoons is their poop, because it has a lot of parasites and shit in it. And if you get that shit in your eye, you can go blind. So that's that's the big fear right there, is their shit. So raccoons are awesome. Next question would be: have you ever got rid of a game or console that you regret? Yes. Not so much game, but console. I believe I put this in one of my community posts like a few weeks ago. What happened was, oh man, what was it, mid '90s, somewhere around there, when the Neo Geo came out, the console. It really wasn't selling well in America, and if you remember, I believe it was like 600 or 700 bucks. It was pretty expensive, and there was a store around my neighborhood where I grew up. I think it was called Big Lots, and I went in there one day, and they had those things marked down, and I'm not even shitting you, $20, $20. And I was like, is this price right? And the guy was like, yeah, it's right. They just been sitting here for over a year. You know, we can't get rid of them. So $20 and they're yours. And I was like, hell yeah. I go, what about the games? They only had two games there. And I forget which games they were, but he said $5 a piece and they're yours. Okay. So I bought both games. I bought the Neo Geo. And I think I kept that thing for mm, a little over a year, and everywhere I went, this is before, the internet got real big, so I couldn't just go and order games or anything, but I couldn't find games anywhere. So I was like, man, this thing's worthless. This thing's gonna just collect dust. It's never gonna be worth anything. No one's gonna want this thing. It's just worthless. So my dumbass went and sold it for like $40. I spent $30 for total for the system and two games. And to this day, I'm kicking myself in the ass for that. Now I really want that Neo Geo back, and yeah, I'm not paying $700 for an old console like that. It's crazy. I'll stick with like the emulators where I can play all the SNK Neo Geo shit. So yeah, that's one of my biggest regrets when it comes to getting rid of something in gaming. Everything else though, I've pretty much kept. I mean, I've gotten rid of some games that I just knew I wasn't going to play. I just gave them to friends because they liked them, but I've never went and like sold and made profit on anything like that. I pretty much keep everything that I have bought since the Atari 2600. So, yeah, other than that, I have all my consoles, all my games still. So, that was a regret though. Neo Geo was the shit. Should have never done it. Next question is: Is the Evercade your favorite gaming system? Um, no, it's not. I do love the Evercade, but it's not. Um, my favorite console to date is actually the PS5. I absolutely love the PS5. Now, granted, I don't think that it's lived up to what it should have lived up to be or what it should be. I just think they've kind of lacked on exclusives and stuff like that. But just the sheer fact that it pretty much eliminates like loading times and stuff like that, I absolutely love it. And the library on there, the Sony store, I should say, you can pretty much get like all your retro fix in there, man. Like you can buy anything and just load it into that thing. So I play that PS5 daily. Absolutely love that thing. Nothing against the Evercade. Obviously, I love it. That's the reason I built the Freecade. I do love the Evercade, but yeah, it's not my favorite console by any means, but a cool console regardless. That's the reason I do a lot of videos on that. I do enjoy the Evercade quite a bit. So, what's next? What's next? Okay, we have two more questions here. What is the toughest game you've ever played, and have you completed it? The toughest game, hands down, I don't even have to think about this, is Holy Diver. That game is fucking insane and tough and frustrating. And no, I have never completed that game, and I really doubt that I ever will. That is probably the only game that I don't know. I feel like a 7-year old throwing a tantrum when I play that game. That game is so damn hard, especially the further you get. It just feels impossible. And props to anyone that has completed that, because that game is absolutely, it's just insane. It's a insane game. If you haven't played it, I believe it's on the Super Retrocade, and I know other than that you have to have like a, what is it, a Famicom or something like that to play it, because it wasn't on the original NES for the US. So I don't believe. If I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, easiest way to do it is the Super Retrocade. Played on that, but I'm telling you right now, it's hard as hell. So the last question I got is, okay, can we hear one of your old band's songs? Yeah, yeah. What I'm gonna have to do is pop in our my album into the PS3, and I will put a song on for you. It's actually, I will put the shortest song on there, and it's actually the title song. It's called "Where's the Music." So I believe this is under 2 minutes long too. So yeah, here's "Where's the Music." Enjoy.
Whatever happened to rock and roll? Never hear it anymore. All I hear is that stupid crap. Podcasts are being rap. Look around and all you see, posers, punk ass wannabes with their heads turned to the side. They're all in for funk and ride. Where's music? I love to hear. Where's music? I just up here. Fuck no, it's right here. Where's music? I love to hear. Where's music? I just up here. Fuck no, it's right here. Money wanna be the spent, something that has no talent. Britney Spears and many more. Suck my dick, but don't sing no more. Where's music? I love to hear. Where's music? It disappear. Fuck no, it's right here. Where's music? I love to hear. Where's music? It disappear. Fuck no, it's right here. Whatever happened to rock and roll? Never hear it anymore. All I hear is that stupid crap. Podcasts are being rap. Look around and all you see, posers, punk ass wannabes with their heads Westminster got love to hear. Westminster can't disappear. Fuck no, it's right here. Westminster got love to hear. Westminster can't disappear. Fuck no, it's right here.
All right, so there was Where's the Music? Now that song isn't like bashing like rap and pop and dance and stuff like that. The meaning behind that song was basically the area I grew up in. That's the only kind of music that was around, and there was no rock bands around where I grew up, and we were the only punk band in the area. So that's kind of what it was, because I do like some like old school rap and stuff like that. Like I'm a huge NWA fan, Public Enemy, Run DMC, Beastie Boys. Love that shit, man. So it's not like bashing rap or anything like that. It's just bashing the, shitty city that I grew up in, which I no longer live in. So I was happy to get out of there. So that's all that song was about. Hope you enjoyed it. It's been a long time. In fact, that song was written and recorded. Well, I can't say it was written that year, but it was recorded in 2001. I believe I wrote it in like 1999 or something like that. But yeah, that's the title track to our album, which is called Where's the Music. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. But again, I want to thank you guys for all the support. I can't believe I'm at 1,000. I owe everything to you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, this channel would not exist. So thank you very much. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And until the next video, game on, everybody.